Oh, big sigh. Um, what is going on? Oh, there. Oh, there I'm live. Just waiting. Hi, Clancy. How are you? Oh my goodness. What's up? I'm trying. Gemma, my sweet, beautiful friend. You know what? I was on Facebook and I saw all your pictures with your Elvis guy. So cool. Yeah, I've been live a few times. Yeah, he when he's dressed up like Elvis, he kind of looks like him. That's pretty cool. Oh shoot. I'm trying to drink my coffee and hold my phone at the same time. Oh gosh. I'm got like three different things in my coffee and my phone and my tablet or my on my iPad. So how are you doing, Clancy? Oh gosh, I can't do this. I'm not coordinated enough. Um so you got the I it's the first time in a long time that I've scheduled a live. So I don't know if anybody's going to show up. If they do, they do. If they don't, they don't. I'm not worried about it. Um, does any of you watch the Food Network? Because I used to watch it all the time, and Anne Burrell was one of my favorite. Um, she, one of the favorite shows that I used to watch was Worst Cooks in America. Well, she passed away. She was only 55. That's like that's like amazing to me. I mean, I they didn't say what she passed away from, but I mean, she's young. Oh, Lord. Oh, really? Yeah, she was only 55. She goes by the name Pasta Queen, and she cooks a lot of really good dishes. See, I watch a lot of the cooking channels on YouTube. Um, there's a bunch that I watch on here. And if I want a recipe, I just look it up on YouTube, usually. So, how are you guys doing? How are you doing, Gemma? I wanted to thank you for coming up the other day. That was so cool of you. You're a cool girl. I'm losing my voice again. I bet you a lot of people be happy about that. I love you too. I don't always catch your lives though. I don't know. Um, who was telling me that? you have to unsubscribe and then subscribe, and then you'll get your notifications. I don't always get them. Oh, here we go. Let's see. I have to go to the chat filter, all messages. It's so weird how you have to always check the chat filter to make sure you've got all your messages coming in. It's weird to me. Really. Ginger. Are you and Gemma coming up today, or are you busy? Oh wait, I guess I gotta post the link if you guys want to come up, that is, and then pin it to the top of the chat. Yeah, I was shocked when I read about that. I was like, I had to look it up. I had to Google it, because half the time, they say people are dead and they're not really dead. There, I pinned it. So if you want to come up, you're welcome to come up. Behavior should be here soon. Let me see. There's my Gemma.
Hey, beautiful. How are you?
How are you, sweetheart?
I'm doing good, and I was just replying to what you said about me just now. I always support you and have your back, and anytime that I feel people are being mistreated or had something bad said to them, I'm going to jump for it, because it's not okay, and I always come up and support you. Same with Ginger, same with Behaving, same with anyone that I support and care about, who I see as family. If I feel they're being unfairly treated, then I'm going to do what's the right thing to do, and that's to defend my friends.
Yeah, I know. You've always done that. You're such a sweetheart. Anyways, I was on Facebook this morning, because my stepdaughter and her family are in Florida. So I was looking up to see if they posted any pictures, and your profile came up, and then the Elvis guy was, and you had like about 28 pictures in there. So I went through the pictures. I hope you don't mind.
No, all good.
Sweet. Yeah, so I looked through your pictures and I'm like, wow. Well, first of all, I didn't really think he looked like Elvis. And then there was a picture where he was dressed up like Elvis. And I'm like, yeah he does look like Elvis.
Yeah, some of the video clips that I've got of him on my YouTube channel, if you actually listen to the clips of him, he actually does have like the Elvis accent, and it's quite scary, because even though when he's not performing, I go out with him for lunch sometimes, and he'll still have that Elvis twang in his voice. I'm like, but you're not at work now, like you're actually not working. And he's like, I know, Gemma. He goes, but once I'm in Elvis mode, that's it. He can't switch it off. It literally, he's like that all the time.
Is that what he does for a living, though?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, he goes around to nursing homes, disability homes, social groups, pubs, clubs. He's done hotels abroad. He's done quite a bit. He's been full-time now for 19 years. So, yeah.
Wow, 19 years he's been doing that.
Yeah.
Well, who pays him, though? How does he get paid?
So basically, the pubs and clubs that he goes in, they will agree to pay him a set fee, and that fee, he usually does a 3-hour set, so he'll get paid for 3 hours work.
So he sings Elvis songs, I take it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Elvis, and sometimes he does some Johnny Cash or country western songs, so he tries to mix it up a bit, but most of it's Elvis themed, but he's pretty good at what he does.
Well, he kind of, when he was dressed up, he kind of looked like Elvis. Like when
Yeah,
he was
he's elf and
completely
stuff.
dressed up with the sunglasses. He kind
Yeah,
of looked like him.
them sunglasses I actually bought for him as a birthday present a couple of years ago,
Did
and
you?
he wears them non-stop. He's like, Gemma, look, and I'm like, yeah, I know. So he wears them quite a bit. So I appreciate that because he actually does it. Like I brought him recently. I brought him a Elvis Maltese cross little necklace to go with one of his
Oh,
outfits.
really?
He was like, Gemma, he goes, really? And I'm like, yeah. He goes, but and I'm like, stop telling me off. You need it for an outfit. You've not got the Maltese cross. You need it. Elvis wore it all the time with these outfits. I said, so therefore you need one. He's like, yeah, but and I'm like, shut up. Just take it.
So,
Maybe him.
Hi, good morning, ladies.
hi. You're late. You're fired.
Carla, I thought it
What?
was PM, not AM.
No.
I'm sorry about that, honey.
I wanted to get it over with fast because in case there's a verdict that comes in today.
I know. Oh my gosh, I hope so. Been sitting
Yeah.
on pins and needles. I want that verdict to come in. Of,
Yeah. Well,
of course, in favor of Karen, but
yeah. And because that's how I was with Jodi Arias' trial, and it just seems like it takes for. I think it took a long time for hers, and when the
yeah.
verdict finally came in, she was found guilty. Everybody was hooping and hollering outside because
Oh yeah.
everybody wanted her to get found guilty. But this is the opposite. Except I saw something on Facebook. Hi, Azure.
Hi, Desiree.
You're welcome to come up if you want to.
Hey, Azari. And hey, Sweet Wheat. I just saw your name come up in the chat.
I'm
Hey,
sorry, I'm not even
everybody.
looking. Yeah, hi, everybody. Sweet
Please sub
wee.
to
Angela.
Azure. He's a pretty cool guy.
Very
Um,
chill. I love his
very chill. Yeah,
personality.
yeah.
Carla, there you
Like,
go. This
oh,
is one of
let's
the
see.
better pictures.
Let me see.
This is my Elvis tribute guy. That's one of the better pictures of him that I've
Oh,
got.
yeah, he does look like Elvis.
Yeah.
Um, okay, there we go.
Hi, Dory.
Dory.
Hey,
Oh my
Dory.
God. It's Mr. and Mrs. Dory or Azure. You guys can come up if you want. I posted the link there. Oh my goodness. This is such a treat.
Good
I'm
to
so
see you
happy.
again, Ginger Lux.
Always a pleasure to see everybody in the chat, especially Ginger and Miss Behaven and anyone that comes in. Make sure you smash the like, people, and share this out, please.
That's something that Carla never ever says. Thank you,
No, I never
Gemma.
say that. I always
Welcome.
forget to say it. I'm really bad for that.
I always try and do that when I'm on people's panels. I usually try and encourage people to share things out, so I try and do it.
Yeah, I do it for other people, but I don't do it for myself. I just
Yeah, I don't do it for
I
myself
just
either. I
never
always
have.
say to people, if they want to share, they can. But usually, I encourage other people. I'm on like your panel or other people. So I'm like, hey, can you share this out? And people are like, Gemma, but you don't do it on your own channel. I'm like, yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Oh,
Gary, you're a managing moderator. You can post links to your channel and to Azure's channel.
Oh,
And
awesome. Nice.
yeah, we'll all sub to it.
Yep. I got a load of subs from you last time actually, so I want to say thank you for that. I got a few people
Did you? Oh, I'm so happy.
from you last time. Yeah, I think I've gained in the last, what YouTube says to me, in the last 14 days. What's it tell me? It says I've gained 29 in the last 14 days.
Good for you.
yeah,
So,
that's good.
Well, here's the thing on YouTube. You'll get subs, even if it's like, if you don't want to get subs for the, when you're getting trashed, you know.
yeah, I like to try and help people and promote their channels, and I
Thank
like
you,
to try.
Derry.
I
Drop
like to
your
promote.
link and Azure's link, please. Thank you.
And the link to the podcast, please, if you can.
Yeah, yeah. I want to watch one of his broadcasts. There you go.
Miss B. Haven, when are you next going live? I am subscribed to your channel, but I haven't seen any notifications from
Oh,
you for a while.
She went live.
um, I don't know when the mood strikes me, I suppose. So, yeah. I
So I
was
did
going to
see your
tell
channel.
you yesterday, I FaceTime with my granddaughter every day. And every day I ask her, how was school? And what did you learn? And every day she says nothing. Okay, nothing. All right. And I said, well, what'd you do in school today? And she goes, we had an active shooters drill. I'm like, what?
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Wow.
Isn't that sad that they have to do that now?
I mean, we
Like,
did earthquake drills when I was growing up,
or
active
fire
shooter drill.
drills, or fire drills.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those. But not,
Yeah.
it's just like, and I mean, so nonchalantly, like it's normal. And I'm like, that's so sad.
Yeah,
Broke
I
my
was
heart.
reading about one of the last active shooter scenarios that happened in the US, and they were saying that the bloke who did one of the last ones that I read about was apparently had been diagnosed with autism like 3 months before he started planning the whole shooting, and that he was addicted to shooter video games, and he'd literally gone into a store and bought all the equipment, and he'd used his uncle's gun and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, how the hell was he able to get all that equipment in such short notice? Like, what?
Oh yeah. Well, it's not that hard to get a gun here. Now in the UK, you can't own a gun, correct?
Yeah, we can't. We don't have any form of weapons unless you have. Well, you can get a rifle guns, or you can get like what they call farmers shooter guns, which you have to have a license for, and they have to be signed for by the police, and you have to have a form to say that you're a responsible gun owner. But apart from that, no,
But no handguns, right?
no,
I think it's the same in Canada.
we're not allowed any form of weapons whatsoever. Like the police are only allowed to carry like a mace or pepper spray, and that's only to be used when they feel confronted.
Ah, oh, I
Or
didn't know that. So police officers there don't even carry a handgun, right?
no,
Wow.
they only carry a mace or pepper spray, and that's only to be used when
What
they feel
about hunters,
confronted.
though? I mean, do they hunt there?
No, not really. There's some police teams that do, and underwater teams that might use it for hunting reasons. But the UK is so strict on weapons; it's unreal. Like the only form of weapons that women are allowed to carry is one, we're now allowed to carry a rape alarm because the amount of sexual crimes that are happening here has gone through the roof. So now the police are giving out rape alarms to women to put on their keys.
That's scary.
So I've got a rape
Yeah.
alarm on my key, on my door key, but that's about it.
Wow. Well, I mean, our hands can be a weapon, a kitchen knife can be a weapon, a brick, a rock. I mean, people, if if they want to do something, not having a gun isn't going to stop them. But I don't know the crime rate in the UK versus the States. I don't know what that is,
Okay, Derry.
especially murder rate. But
Thanks for posting all those
We
things. I appreciate
our
it.
form of crime that's more rampant is it's usually either stabbings or sexual assault crimes. It's usually someone that's got hold of a knife or someone's carrying a knife. We've had a couple of school situations where young students who have decided to stick up for themselves have brought knives into school. Like my
Oh
nephew's
my
school
gosh.
was put into lockdown 3 weeks ago, which scared the life out of me. I had to go and pick him up,
Love you.
and he came up to meet me outside the school, and he was a nervous wreck. Like literally, he's a 12-year-old, and he was like, Aunt Gemma, I'm so scared, I'm so scared, I'm so scared. And I'm like, what the hell does a 12-year-old need with a knife?
yeah.
See,
Really?
that's one thing I could never do is stab someone.
Oh
I,
God, I
I
know.
could never do it.
Oh, I know. Well, I
And
could never
the young person
physically hurt someone like that ever, ever,
No.
ever.
no, the 12-year-old in question who actually did stab another student's actually been put into a youth detention, like custody unit. So he'll now be serving a youth, what they call youth
They're pretty strict in the UK, aren't they, about like bullying and stuff like that?
Well, yeah, we're a lot more strict on it now than we used to be. Like, there's now laws to protect people from being cyberbullied, bullied in person. There's quite a few laws when it comes to since there's been, especially like bullying in the workplaces, now what they call a Sarah's law. There's a Claire's law. There's quite a few laws after women who have been tragically murdered by dodgy people. And one of them was because she was being bullied at work, and she reported it, and he ended up stalking her home and ended up killing her. So now there's a lot more protection out here for people, but it's taken years to get anywhere.
Yeah.
That's like the domestic violence
Yeah.
laws here. Before they used to be pretty slack. Now they take it a lot more seriously because a lot of women have been murdered by their spouse or boyfriends.
Well, yeah, they say the most dangerous time is immediately after you leave a relationship, abusive relationship.
When you want to leave, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they say there's a lot of women that are pregnant and having problems, with their boyfriends or husbands, that's one of the most dangerous times for them. Or one of the most dangerous times for women is when they say they want to leave them.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, my mum was in a abusive relationship for years, and she finally plucked up the courage to leave my ex stepdad. She's been married to her new husband now for 6 and a bit years, but it took her up until about she's been away from him for about 10 years now. But the guy was like, "Oh, you'll never get away from me. I won't let you divorce me. It's not going to happen. You're going to rot in hell, whatever." And my mum's like, "No, I don't want to be with you. You've hurt me. You physically hurt me. You've emotionally hurt me." And the fact that he went to hurt his own son, which was my brother, and she went, it's bad enough hurting me, shouldn't, but to hurt your son, you're a lowlife. And yeah, and since then she filed for divorce and she got an emergency one. So yeah, it was pretty bad.
Correct.
Yeah, I was just reading Dari's statement. I know she has to be careful what she says. So.
The UK is a bit slow when it comes to that kind of stuff. It takes a while for the state to act, and for my mum, it's useless.
I don't care how many laws there are. If someone is determined to do something, they will find a way, unfortunately. But that's how even with restraining orders and all of that, it doesn't prevent someone.
I think restraining orders are like a joke because really they always manage to get around them,
Well, that's what I'm saying. If someone is determined to do something, they will find a way to do it, and that's unfortunate.
Oh, really, Dari? That's
it's like when I was having the issue with a troll following me around in my local community a couple of years ago, the police couldn't have given two rats' asses about me. They were literally like, "Well, until you're physically hurt or you feel physically threatened, there's nothing we can do, and he has the right to go around the community just as you do." I'm like, "Yeah, but he's followed me not just once, not just twice, now 3 times. You're telling me there's nothing you can do." And then he turned up at my cousin's house, and my cousin, she nearly threatened to kill him. And that's when the police actually came to get him, and the guy's actually banged up in prison now because he sexually assaulted another woman down the road from me.
I've heard that, Dari, that people have to hire private protection to do what the police department there don't.
But you know what? Not everybody can afford that.
No, I know.
No. It's sad, but not a lot of people can afford that private protection. I mean, unless you're a movie star and make $1 million a year, which most people can't. I couldn't hire someone to protect me. Not that I need protecting, but
no, my dad's actually paid for cameras in my apartment.
I don't know. I think a lot of women, because I know I was before my husband now, was in an abusive relationship.
Mm.
And yeah, it was, I finally had to go to court, and he was so arrogant that even in court he said I want all the clothes I've ever bought her. I want her shoes. I want this and that. I want her address. And the judge says, you're not getting her address. Like, that's one
That's
thing the judge,
creepy.
yeah, he was very creepy. And he had a gun, and he used to threaten me with his gun all the time. And the police had to come because he had a record. Yeah, I picked
Yeah.
the winners.
That's so interesting, Dari, that, we're so, we take for granted our ability to say whatever we want to here. And it must be strange for you to go to a place where you have to watch your words.
Yeah, the UK is a little bit like that. We have to watch what we say within certain reason, and like there's certain phrases, words we can't say. Like there's a person who's known in the UK who's just come out of prison because he's very active about free speech and he speaks against the authority. He's just on his second year and a half stretch in prison, and as soon as he come out, he put a Donald Trump hat on and basically was promoting Donald Trump, and now he's under potential being arrested again because they're saying that he's breached his order of his bail conditions, so he may be going back in prison again.
Wow, Dari. Wow.
It's crazy.
See what we take for granted? Mm.
Yeah,
We
the UK
do.
is so restricted here. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, I could get in trouble if I was to put up a autism political post and say, "Oh, the politicians don't like autistic people," or along them kind of lines, which I do believe is fact. But I could get in trouble because it could be seen as me
Oh my
inciting hate
God, Derry.
towards a certain group of people. And yeah, I've been warned a couple of times about things I've put up online.
Is
I'm
it
like,
that bad there?
yeah, it's very
Of
restrictive.
course, Desiree. Sorry, Gemma. Didn't mean to interrupt you.
You're fine. I'm
Yeah.
done.
Ask anything.
Wow. Wow. I mean, America definitely has its issues, but just by what you're saying makes me feel very grateful.
Um,
I think people are in his ear, and rather than confirming what he's heard that makes him feel or react the way that he does.
well, here's the thing with him. I used to go, I mean, I was a member on his channel, and I don't know if he forgot that, but I was going on his channel for a while. And then all of a sudden, like, he hates me now. So, um, I guess because I stood by behaving. And I mean, I still stand by her.
Well, I never had an issue with him, but um, instead of, I mean, I know, believe me, I've been around some of those people enough to know what they do behind the scenes and talk and um, try and convince people of certain things about someone, or I don't know. I think if you, especially that I've never done anything to him, like, talk to me.
Well, I did want to talk to him behind this, or I did want to talk to him privately, and he said he didn't have a Discord, so I just,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, and I know that he was
because I
angry
didn't
with,
want to bring anything up in public, because there's certain people that I don't want to be around.
yeah.
So I wanted to talk to him privately, just him and I, and he said he didn't have a Discord, and I couldn't message him. There was no other way. So that's it.
I think part of this is the guilty by association thing, because once one person's upset with you because of something, then it turns into, well, you know this person and you were on their panel, or you said this in their chat, and then it just goes round and round and round and round, and you get judged as guilty by association because you're hanging with someone that they don't like. It's ridiculous.
That's
Well,
what he told me, because I wanted to talk to him privately. And I asked him, I straight out asked him, you were there, weren't you, Behaven?
yeah,
When I asked him, I said,
yeah. And
do
he
you have
said
a
he didn't have a
Discord? He
Discord.
says, I don't have a Discord. I don't have any Discord. So I said, okay.
I know, Azare.
Yeah.
Knew it when he said it.
And the
But
thing is, I mean, I never made a big deal out of it. I never, I just wanted to ask him a question privately, because you can't do anything publicly on here except for, well,
yeah, I want to
the
make something clear,
the
though. I
witches
know
will hear.
I know that he was angry about releasing that call, and I get it. I knew that before I did it, that people would be upset about it, but I still don't regret doing it. I was put in a situation that that I needed to make it perfectly clear, and I understand people not liking it. But it's okay that a person that is on his panel all the time blurted out that she let everyone listen in on my private call, and she's trying to twist that and say it's something that it wasn't. But that's okay. That's perfectly fine. That's how it happens around here.
And I'm guilty by association. Okay. I stood by her. And so, of course, I had to get dragged for filth.
And I hate that part, Carla. I really
But I
hate that
don't care.
part.
I knew it. We knew, we discussed this. I said, that's
But
fine.
we did. We talked about every scenario, including the very, very worst, which is what happened. But until you've walked in my shoes and been through what I've been through, you don't have the right to judge me or my motives or my reasons. I think I made it perfectly clear in the video why I did what I did. And if you don't understand it, that's your right. I have no problem with it. If you want to disassociate from me, that's perfectly fine too. But the backlash of all of this is just crazy to me. Absolutely crazy to me. And Carla, forgive me, but I really need to say this. And I'm not trying to stir up shit on your thing. But for someone to have an archive of behaving, of everything I've said and done on YouTube, is creepy to me. Absolutely creepy to me.
Good grief.
I mean, I like
Good grief.
I must take up your entire computer storage, or you have a bucket of thumb drive or whatever those things are.
Well, here's my thing. I don't know how people get things done. And I mean, in their real life, when this is their whole lives, from the time they get up in the morning till the time they go to bed at night. I really don't. I don't get it.
Right, Tari?
I mean, yeah.
Well, I've been like the most frustrating thing to me in the conversations that I did have with people is they didn't even get right anything that I said. It's like
No,
I
they didn't
couldn't make it any more clear than I made it. And if you want to speculate that my motives were any different than what they were, that's on you. I made it perfectly clear why I did what I did. And I, again, have no problem with anyone that thinks I'm a piece of shit for it or whatever. But again, you don't know what I've been through.
I had to stop her. She was going to go on her channel and tell everybody she was that. I said, no,
No,
don't
it's
you
just like,
dare.
I mean, we're human beings. We make mistakes and poor judgment
Oh,
calls.
yeah.
But I
Hey,
mean,
Sue. How are
I
you?
do, but
Hi, Sue.
I mean, the things that have been said publicly, the little bit that I have heard, are just mind-boggling to me. Um, and I'm okay with it. I don't want to get wrapped up in this bullshit. I'm so far past all that. Um, I I just want to move on, but the other thing is the one that's also at the center of this is not said a damn word. He has spokesperson, people that say what she wants to say.
Well, I don't care if he didn't want to talk to me privately. I mean, that's fine. Because, but he could have told me. I know I'm not comfortable talking to you privately. I just wanted to ask him one question or tell him one thing. And
Hmm.
he said he didn't have a Discord. And I said, oh, okay. Well, whatever.
Oh,
Well,
Dari, do I not know that? I know the stuff that goes on in Discords and text messages. And honestly, if my intention was to destroy that person, I would have done it a whole different way. A whole different way. I That was not my intent at all.
This is the thing that what I'm going to say from my perspective is you two ladies are really lovely, genuine people. I've known both of you a long time now, and I think some of these people that you've associated with are just toxic, negative people who don't deserve both of your niceness and you as people. And I think it's
well,
not.
wave to them because they're probably in their Discord right now playing this live because that's how they do it.
Oh, well, do they can go for it. Guess what, guys? You can play everything I'm saying. Guess what? I'm defending my friend.
I know that's what they do.
So go and fuck yourself for I care.
Gemma,
I
I
do not
just
care.
said
Like,
that.
these women are my friends, and if you've got any respect and any morals and ethics whatsoever, these negative people, you'll leave these two ladies alone. You don't have to come here and lurk and be trolls and go on your own streams or whatever and bitch and whine and moan and whatever you want to do. Just leave these two ladies alone. Like, if you don't like Carl, if you don't like Behaven, don't be here. Simple as that. Don't go to their channels.
Well,
Don't.
the thing is, Gemma, Carla and I would have plenty to say, but we don't want this back and forth stuff. I'm I don't want any of that. Carla doesn't want any of that because every time we say anything at all, it gives them a reason to continue with the bullshit.
Yeah.
It's what they crave. I
I mean,
don't crave any of this
look,
BS.
I cannot be in a Discord all day long every day. I just can't. I can't. I have the. And we're in the midst of moving. Um, we go back and forth when my husband's still working in Pittsburgh and we're moving, out of town. So I can't be in a Discord all day long gossiping about everybody. I don't want to.
No. It's a very toxic environment full of negativity.
Oh, I know all about that, Azray.
By the end of the
They'll
day,
have
you
like
ladies
5 different
doing what you want.
Discords and they only put you in the Discord that they want you to see. It's happened to me. I know.
Or if you go in the real Discord, you're not privy to the other rooms that are there.
Yeah, because I think
Secret
there's
rooms.
a way you can have secret rooms and Discords. That's crazy.
By the end of the day, you two women are beautiful.
No,
You're
you're
lovely
not
ladies.
paranoid. It happens.
You do your own content, and if people don't like it, then they don't have to be here. By the end of the day, YouTube is big enough for everybody, and people need to stop being so freaking butthurt and spreading trash. Go and focus on your own channels.
Well, I mean,
Like,
if someone doesn't want to talk to me, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
But don't lie to me. Don't
Well, a
say
perfect
I don't
example
have a
of
Discord. I've never had one. You know, it's
well, the
so
perfect
stupid.
example is how things were handled with Dari D. I mean, the backlash she got because she wanted to back away from a situation that she didn't feel comfortable with, and how that whole thing was handled. It's just weird to me.
Yeah, because
You're not
li-
paranoid,
I
Desiree. That's
listened
absolutely ridiculous.
because Behaven wanted to know, what was going on Scott's, and he talked like for about an hour just about, you know, people that had wronged him.
Well, he's in
And
good company then, Desiree, because there's a lot of compulsive liars there. I mean, I, I know the truth. You're not fooling me. You may be fooling other people, but I know the truth.
yeah, and
As
Yeah,
as
sorry.
as a Ray,
I'm
you
okay
always,
with people hating me.
yeah.
I am
Not
quite
everyone's
okay
gonna like
with
each
it.
other. That's the
Well,
thing.
you mean you don't care about strangers on the internet liking you, Carla? They
Hell
they
no.
don't. They're
I've been
not going to
on
ruin
here
your
for
life.
5 years. No, they're not going to ruin my life or my husband's, or it,
Exactly.
it just isn't going to happen.
By the
I
end of the
mean,
day, you stick with people that
they're
like
listening
you and
right
support
now.
you
Come
and
on.
stuff. And
That's what they do. They listen they listen to live streams because that's their life. And I could care less.
I wonder the last time any of them touched grass, or
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
by the end of
well,
the
you
day,
can if you're sitting in Discord all day long talking about people and
by,
speculating.
yeah, by the end of the day, you care about the people you care about, and they need to all move on. Like, if I want to talk and
Hi,
associate with
Cass.
Behaven and Carla, so be it. I'm not, I will continue to support both of them. They continue to support me, and these negative people just need to get a life and go away. It's as simple as that. Like, if you don't like the two ladies that are on the panel now, then don't associate with them. You've got a choice.
Well, that doesn't fit their motive. I think
No.
some people just enjoy. I don't know if it makes them feel better about their own life. I have no idea.
Hi,
You know
Cass.
what I do know is that I came into this um, with no experience of how people act on the internet. I was too trusting. I was naive. I thought people were actually like acted like they do in my real life.
Oh, hate bonding. I hate that word.
There's no such thing as hate
Um,
bonding, Dari.
Wait, hate bonding with Carla
us.
and I?
Yeah,
Oh, you don't
probably.
have your own mind. You can't think for yourself?
Yeah, Dari, I've been accused of that multiple times. Trust me. I've had former communities that I've been part of. I've been accused of hate bonding, bullying, and I'm like, no, I'm sticking up for my friends who are being attacked. Therefore, I'm not hate bonding. I'm supporting my friends. So hate bonding is ridiculous. It's a stupid term. It doesn't even make sense.
No, I
Yeah,
don't hate
Desiree,
people. I know who I like.
exactly.
I know who I don't like. Who I don't want to be around, and I don't want to be around. I've always liked Derry. I adore her, and I mean, I like Azray. I don't know him that much, but from what I'm listening to him, I think he's a cool guy.
Well,
I
I
actually
was
joined
so
your Patreon.
I was so impressed with how he handled the last live I listened to. You know, just with class. You know,
Yeah,
not lashing out, not
yeah,
name
no,
calling, not you know. There's a way to voice your opinion without being cruel and mean.
Right.
Thank you, Dari.
This is
Well,
the same thing, Dari. Like, both Behavior and Carla have been nothing but nice to me for the years that I've known them. I've never felt as safe in a channel that I have done with Carla's, because a lot of people judge me the way that I communicate. I often get told that I sound like I'm slow or stupid or whatever, and I know I'm not.
I think you're very intelligent.
Yes, you are. And that's the problem too, you know. I mean, I know that my words in a chat can be misinterpreted. Um, that and that's unfortunate. You don't have the advantage of seeing someone's reaction, and then that they're taking what you're saying wrong, and you can clarify it.
right.
But
It's hard though when you're typing something to, yeah, because sometimes it doesn't come. Me too. I'll joke around and I'll say something, and then after I've typed it out, I'll think, "Oh, geez, I shouldn't
That's
have
why,
typed
like,
that out that
I
way."
always clarify with people when they're texting me in my chat, or if I'm on a panel and someone asks me something, I will double clarify with
Hey,
people.
Derry, bon appetit.
have a nice dinner, you guys.
Yeah, you
It
guys
was
have
good
enjoy yourself.
talking with you.
Like,
Yeah.
I always double check with people, like, even with Carla or Behaving or anyone that's asked me questions. I'll be like, "Oh, can you rephrase that?" or "What do you actually mean?" So then the person will rephrase it to me, and then I get it. Because text is confusing to me. Text frustrates me because I'm like, "Well, what do they mean? What are they implying to me? Are they trying to hurt me? Are they trying to be rude to me?" And I find like being on panel easier, so at least I can actually get clarification and answers rather than having to sit there and read text. It frustrates me.
Well, and if someone doesn't or is taking something a certain way, you also have the opportunity. It's like, what do you mean by that? It's as simple as that,
Yeah.
and get clarification.
Right.
Well, that's
Exactly, Sue.
all I wanted to do with Scott was tell him one thing or ask him one thing. And he told me he didn't have a Discord, so I couldn't talk in private. And I didn't want to talk to him publicly because I'd have, people jumping down my throat. So,
Yeah. Well,
but
I mean, it, there's you don't have to go into a Discord to have a conversation with
no,
someone. I
I
mean,
just wanted to.
no, what I'm saying is you can friend someone and have a private one-on-one conversation. You don't have to be in a Discord to say something. I think it's absolutely ridiculous to even think that being around that group of people and not being part of that Discord. I mean, we all know how it works. So,
Well, now I would never do it. I mean, now I would be very leery. I would never talk to him privately.
and I
Um,
just have one last thing, Carla. I hope it's all right with you. I
sure.
want to say something.
Hmm.
I know that you are talking about my private life behind the scenes based on what people have said to me in chat. You need to stop that shit, especially about my deceased mother-in-law. Knock it off.
Well,
I've been nice. I want to keep it that way, but I know that there are things that you wouldn't want me to put out there. Give me the same respect and stop spreading lies that I've told you about cancer diagnosis and what went on in my home with my mother-in-law. The person that even said that in the chat, I wasn't even associated with that person during that time. And they got it all wrong thanks to you. Knock it off. That's all I have to say.
that's fine. I mean, that's the thing is, um, when I saw that, I knew exactly what they were talking about, and I knew exactly where they got it from.
You were there with that person
I was.
who's talking behind the scenes about what went on in my home.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never claimed that it wasn't frustrating,
I
that
know
I
you were
wasn't
frustrated.
tired. But
You were taking care of.
until you've been in a situation where someone's in a constant state of paranoia and anger, sleeps 2 to 3 hours a day, it is one of the hardest things my husband and I have ever done, but we are both proud that we did it and that she was with family. And so to twist that and make it something, especially, when that person in chat said that I yelled at her to get off her fat ass, she was paralyzed. She couldn't walk. Why would I scream at her to get off her fat ass? You twisted it. This is the mean things that she would say due to her dementia. She wasn't responsible for it. She didn't know what she was doing. Things
Right.
would just come out of her mouth. But it
They
did.
say that that's one of the symptoms of dementia is their
They get
whole
really mean.
personality.
Yes,
They'll get
yes,
mean to the people that are closest to them. I mean, I'm glad I never had to go through that with my parents. My
yeah.
dad, sudden
It's
death, heart attack.
heartbreaking.
My mother died in her sleep, so I did never had to deal with it. But I know you did, and for quite a while. So for them to
Well,
even bring that up, it's pretty low.
I can empathise with behaving about that because I lost my nan to dementia last year, and it was really hard for me. Like, I really struggled to understand why she changed, why she had the struggles with her communication, the violence, the outbursts, everything. And people say, oh, well, you should have cared for them better, or you should have done this, you should have done that. Dementia takes control of them. They aren't themselves once the dementia kicks in. My nan went from being the most sociable, friendly, loving person to this person who was angry all the time and bitter and rude and would lash out at people, would scream and cuss. And she was never like that when she wasn't ill. Like, she would be the most loving, affectionate person, and then she turned into this completely lost the plot person. It was
yeah.
this.
Well, and the other thing, I mean, I didn't consider it a sacrifice at all. My husband and I literally put our life on hold
Right.
to take care of her. And I mean, we weren't angry about that. We were ill prepared for we had no clue about dementia and all of the symptoms that came with that. We we did the best that we could. Yes, it was very frustrating at times. And as a human being, sometimes when people are just saying the nastiest, meanest things to you, it's at times hard to not feel a certain way about it.
Right.
But but we never mistreated her. I mean, shit, we had a house built to accommodate her and give her her own apartment. I mean, we wanted to give her the best that we possibly could. And, months into it, when we were completely exhausted and knew that we couldn't keep going at that pace, we had extra help come in to help us so that we could better deal with it
Yeah.
while maintaining amazing care for her. So just shut up and don't worry about what went in my house. Don't try and make it something that it wasn't. Again, I'm very proud of what my husband and I did. And I'm proud that she was able to be with her family the last year of her life.
So you should be behaving. It is hard. Like I said, my nan unfortunately ended up in a nursing home because she got too ill over her dementia, and we had no choice but to put her in there. But caring for someone with dementia is exhausting. My poor mum, my uncles, me, my sister, we were constantly up, down to her apartment, seeing her, trying to look after her, feeding her, making sure she had clean outfits for during the day, clean outfits for at night for bed. Like, literally, it was exhausting. And people say to me, well, that's what you do for family. Well, yes, but when you got someone cussing in your face and threatening to hit you and spit at you, and
Oh, and
it's
that happened too. That happened too. I mean, it's wild. And you don't know until you experience something like that. But the other thing is, all of this was happening. She was in a nursing home. It was costing an arm and a leg, $8,000 a month. And we weren't even able to go into the facility because of COVID. We had to visit with her outside, so we weren't able to go in and see for ourselves how she was living, how she was being treated, what went on in there, which was very unsettling to us.
Right, yeah, totally. Like care homes are not nice places. Like my nan was paying $1,600 a week.
It's so expensive. It is
Very
so
expensive.
expensive.
Ridiculously expensive.
Yeah.
But you even made a little apartment for her in your
That's
house.
what I'm saying, that we had a house built that had an attached apartment, a one-bedroom apartment with their own little yard and patio and entrance. I mean, again, when we did that, we had no idea that she was in the state that she was. I mean, I fixed the whole thing up so cute for her, and I was looking forward to her reaction, and she walked in and didn't say a damn word, and it's like, oh. But that's okay, you know. I mean, we didn't want her to feel like she had lost everything, because she went from her own beautiful home to a nursing facility.
Hi,
What?
Ginger.
Ginger.
I'm listening. I'm listening to you guys. So,
Hi,
but
Ginger.
She was talking about her mother-in-law.
yeah, I'm sorry that she passed away.
Thank you.
Yeah, she
Thank
passed
you.
away, isn't it? Like over a
It's,
year ago.
oh no, it's been,
Um,
shoot, 3 years this April, this
has it
last
been that
April.
long?
Mm-hmm.
Then
Mm-hmm.
I did know she passed away, and I didn't realize it because
Yeah.
I can remember when you guys were moving. Weren't you moving into that house
Yes.
for
Yeah.
her? Right.
Yeah. I mean, once we made the decision to take her out of the facility, there was a community near where we lived that had models that had a separate attached apartment, and we had to wait for it to be built, which took several months, of course, but yeah.
I remember when you were building that house.
Yeah, me too.
Because you would take. Do you, Ginger? Remember she used to take pictures when it. I mean, it wasn't even built.
She was put it in the Discord.
Yeah, it was a cool process to see a piece of dirt, turn into your
Turn into
home.
a house.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That is pretty cool.
Hmm. But after she passed away, I mean, that was just way too much house for two people for sure. But
Oh God, yeah. Oh, so you didn't keep the house?
no, we sold it not long after that and downsized to a smaller home, which we had built as well. And but yeah, but it's just it's so wrong to talk about that kind of stuff behind the scenes. And
And
Yeah.
you're out in where are you? You're in California?
yeah,
Okay, that's what I thought.
yeah,
You in Southern or Northern?
yeah, Southern California.
Mhm.
Well, she's blonde, so
Well, just because I'm blonde doesn't mean,
she's
but
a beach bum.
just like the bikini picture, my God, I live in California. How dare I wear a bikini?
If you've got the body for it, why not?
Oh, I mean, people were calling it a bra. I mean, actually, bras and
Who was
bikini
calling it a
tops are,
bra? Who said that?
I'm not even going to say. I'm not even going to say.
Oh no,
Don't go there. Just I don't even
no,
know.
but I never heard anybody say. How come I never heard that?
Love you, Ginger.
Well, again, people, when something happens, everyone has to chime in, butt in, and say shitty things. It's
That's true.
that's the way it goes around here.
Yeah, YouTube is like that. It's
Hi,
very,
Emma.
very
I love
toxic.
you too.
By the end of the day, you guys are always welcome on my channel. I won't let anyone say anything mean about any of you because one, you're my friends, you're my family, and two, my channel is not a negative channel. I won't let negative people come into my channel. So if they want to come pick a fight in mine, they're going to be banned for leaving it through the door.
Well,
I don't
Carla
think
and I
anybody's
both.
going to come in there.
What's
And
that?
I don't think anybody's going to go in her channel and start.
Yeah. Well,
I'm just saying,
and
if
Not
Carla
Gemma.
and I appreciate your support, Gemma, but we don't want you to get any backlash either. That's the last thing we want.
yeah, I'm just saying in general, like if people want to try and pick a fight about my friends and my channel, then they're gonna get booted straight away. I don't put up with any crap like that from anybody.
Yeah.
So it's just that's how my channel is. I don't, especially people that I care about. If I think there's something that's been said wrong, or they come in the chat and say, "Oh well, she was on this panel and she said this," I'll be like, "No, I don't want to know." Like, no, then my friends don't, and then I'll just ban them. That's
Yeah.
it. I don't put up with crap like that.
Well,
So
part of the problem here is that
People
the
tell lies.
gossip, and believing what someone says instead of, you know where to find me. If you have a question about if you think I've done something, you know where to find me to get clarity. But the some people just don't want clarity. They don't want to know the truth.
some people just can't be helped. That's the thing. They just want constant attention and
Oh,
drama, and you can't
it's
help it.
funny because yesterday, I think it was yesterday. When did we go live? Was it yesterday or the day
No.
before?
Oh, I think it was Friday or Saturday. That's how long ago it
Well,
was, Carla.
someone messaged me and said and mentioned a name and said, did you know that that person was trolling you? And I said, no, I was
Yeah.
nice,
What's up with that,
but
Phil? Why would you do that? Is that you, Phil? I have a question. Are you open hand, Phil? And if you are, that's weird. I would
Yeah,
love
yeah,
to know.
because someone messaged me and said, oh, by the way, Carla, that person open hand is Phil trolling you. And I said, why would he need to troll me? I'm he could come in. I wouldn't have kicked him out. I've never kicked him out of my channel.
Well, he was in your channel chatting the whole time. You're on your previous live just before that.
Right.
Like,
That's what I didn't understand. Like, why troll me? Like,
yeah. Open hand was nice to me. The person was being nice to me in the chat. They seemed to be really civil, so I didn't
yeah,
see.
they were kind, but I mean,
they
I
weren't,
don't know.
but
That's what someone said. So, I guess I follow my own advice. Was that you, Phil? Were you trolling under open hand? And if so, why? And if you aren't, I'm glad to hear that.
yeah, and you're welcome here, Phil. I never said you weren't.
Yeah, he seems like a good person. He was really nice
He
to me.
was. He really liked you.
Yeah, he didn't
You
seem
know,
anything negative towards me. I didn't
that's what I
see.
mean. Like, you don't need to hide under a troll name.
It is, Azare.
Oh, okay. I didn't.
Wow. Why, Phil? Why? Why do you need to do that? It's weird.
Good grief.
Yeah, some trolls do that though. They do come on under an alternate sock account, or they'll
But
come under
why?
multiple names.
I
Just
don't see. I don't get it. I don't get it. I just don't get it.
Wow.
I've known people who are good friends of mine here on YouTube, and they've got ultimate troll accounts, and sometimes they come into my channel on their troll account, not realise it's their troll account, and I'm like, oh, hey, it's nice to see you. I know who you are. You're a troll, and then they're like, oh shit, sorry, Gem, I didn't mean to come on your channel in my troll account, and they'll switch back to their main one because they've gone into a channel under their troll account to troll
Oh, well,
someone.
see, I didn't know. Someone messaged me after my live and said that that is Phil, and I'm
Yeah.
like, okay. I don't know why he needed that because I've never kicked him out of my lives. He's always been welcome here. Him and
Well,
Laura.
putting out who's behind an alt account would never be considered doxing, I wouldn't think.
No,
No,
it
I don't
says,
think so.
as Ray says, they're not doxing. He says it's public knowledge, so obviously it's well known that that person is that channel. I assume.
I
That's
just
what.
think it's bizarre to do that. I mean, there's just coming under you, Phil.
Yeah, you're welcome here.
Yeah, Carla hasn't banned anyone unless they need to be banned for a certain reason. But Carla's channel's pretty open.
I got one person banned, but
Yeah,
that's it. Just because I didn't like the way they talked to me, and
that's fair
I
enough.
just wanted to save myself the grief.
As
Wow,
I
that's really interesting,
talked
Phil.
about,
Really interesting.
What?
Well,
that's
thanks for clarifying it, Azare.
that's quite sad though in a way, because it feels like they've decided to be a good person on one hand, and then they're being this troll on the other. So it's like it's weird. I don't understand the whole troll thing. I don't get it.
Is
Well,
that
see,
right, Azare? Interesting.
I
Well,
have one name here, and I have another name just to see what people are saying, because where I'm blocked, I only see half conversations and I don't know what the heck is going on. So sometimes I don't use it very often. I don't think I've ever talked on it or spoken
yeah,
on it.
yeah.
As well, I don't get the whole trolling issue. To be fair, I've had a few trolls on my past on my channel, but I don't see the point. If you're going to be a good person on one account, why not be a good person on another account? Why can't you just?
Well,
Well, that,
Open Hand was nice.
yeah,
They
he
didn't
was
say
very
anything
nice.
inappropriate. So, I mean, what's the reasoning behind that? It's odd to me. That's all.
Jack in the
Welcome,
Box.
welcome back, Ginger.
And I wouldn't kick Phil out anyways. I mean, he was fine. So is Laura. Laura has a wrench in my chat.
And again, you don't prevent people from speaking their opinion, but
No.
as long as it's not done in a cruel and vile way, you're entitled to your opinion, even if it's something about us. I mean, we're not fragile like that where we're going to fall apart if you disagree with something we've done.
Well, I made her a wrench on here because I respect her.
Yes, she is, Azare. I love her. Very kind
Yeah.
woman.
Yeah, she's a good person. And she used to be one of those roller skating babes.
Roller
What do
derby.
you call it? Roller derby girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My cousin's in a roller derby team. She's been in roller derby. Gosh, she's been doing it for like 14, 15 years.
And
Wow,
Evelyn
that's a
too.
long
I didn't
time.
have a problem with Evelyn. I've
Same.
always liked Evelyn.
Same. I find her to be a very kind woman too. I don't, I haven't had much interaction with her, but from what I, see, I think she tries to be fair and kind. And
Are you here, Ginger?
I don't
Hold on
hear
a
her.
minute.
She did it the other day. She kept coming back under.
Well, she keeps coming back.
Yeah, but here's the problem. I'm on my phone, so my phone shuts down every so often if I'm not touching it all the time.
Okay,
Oh,
which one is the?
That's
Oh,
me. You got the right one.
okay,
Got
okay,
the
got the right one. You're gonna give me a headache.
I'm
that's
sorry.
because you're a
Oh,
good
it's not
person,
your fault.
Azure.
How come your phone does that though?
I don't know. Maybe I need to figure out why it does it.
Well, you've
If-
got an
You
iPad.
can go to your settings and change your screen, when your phone shuts off automatically, you can change that in your settings
Yeah,
so that it doesn't shut down automatically.
I never use my phone for StreamYards because it overheats my phone, so I just use my laptop.
Does it really? I have my laptop, but I forget how to use it. No, I forget. I used to go live on my laptop all the time, and then I didn't use it for over a year. Then I decided, well, one day I was going to go live, and I got my laptop out, and I forgot everything on it. So
Even your login probably hadn't been on it for
my
long.
login was gone. My everything was gone. So I didn't know how to navigate. So I just used my iPad.
You go
Okay, so
live off of your iPad? I'm sorry, Ginger.
Yeah, I'm on my
What
iPad
I was
right now.
having is, why does that keep going off for me?
What?
Poor Ginger.
My Bluetooth keeps turning off.
Ugh.
Oh
I'm
my
just
goodness.
not having a good time with my stuff this morning.
I just want to see if there's a verdict yet.
No,
No
there
verdict?
isn't. Mm-mm.
Hmm.
I hope it comes in today. I really do.
Yeah, me too.
Ginger, when are you planning next to go live? I enjoy your lives when I catch them.
Well, okay. I haven't gone live in a while. It's just because I only have it on my phone,
Yeah.
so it gets difficult.
Yeah, I understand that.
So
Yeah, especially if
I
they
as
keep
soon
shutting down.
as I can, I will. But I'm trying to find a way where I can get some kind of a computer
Okay.
so I can get the stream yards and start doing this all over again because I can't do it.
Yeah, no worries.
It bothers me, no, because I want to and I can't. So
What did she say? No verdict. The ceiling fan is still turning. Oh, Sue.
Fanny. I call her Fanny.
I can't watch it when it's just the fan. It makes me dizzy. I go in the chat, if I'll go in a chat where people are talking, but they're usually saying guilty, not guilty, guilty, not guilty, guilty, not
all right,
guilty,
do you want her to be guilty or do you want her to be not guilty?
not guilty.
Not guilty. I mean, I've watched the first trial. I've watched the second trial. I tried to take my previous opinions out of it and act if I was hearing everything for the first time again. And
How do you
there's,
do that?
well, it's hard. It is hard, but I really try to listen and take in all of the witnesses, experts, all of that, and just take my own opinion out of it. It's not easy, but I don't think it's so obvious to me.
Hey, Cass, are you staying in here or are you going back in the house and staying in the house? Touch grass.
Yeah. Plus, how the judge has handled things, and I think she's been blatantly biased. Yeah, she has a disdain for the defense team that comes across clearly. I don't know what the motivation behind that is, but yeah, there's a lot of things that have bothered me with this trial. A lot.
Hold on, let me come back in.
Home sweet home. We're going to our house on Thursday night, I think.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Cass.
Are you gonna put things on your social media, Carla, so people can see it?
I in my well, when I get furniture I will, but in my on my community post I posted our yard. You could see my yard if you want.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
That's a lot of yard to take care of. My goodness. And your husband's doing it?
Yeah, but he's got a ride on mower, so.
Yeah, that's nice to have, especially with that much property.
Ginger, are you there?
She's having such a hard time.
No. Ginger, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, because you keep popping off.
It's because of my phone and it's because of my
What?
head.
Why does it keep doing that?
It keeps because the phone either rings, and if the phone rings, it just cuts me off. Everybody kind of knows that. That still happens. And then my phone has rang twice since we've been on here, and then I fell off like twice because of my phone.
Oh my goodness.
So that's why I'm like, oh, what happened to behave?
Fix it. Behaving's there.
I'm here. I'm here.
Oh, Gemma's gone.
Gemma left. Gemma does
Bye,
that.
Gemma. I know.
She'll just pop off and do her own thing.
She's popping off.
Welcome back, Azri. Yeah, yeah, a lot of people on YouTube don't touch grass.
There you are, Vigilum. Open hand.
Yeah,
Why?
you
Why would
didn't
you
need
do
to
that?
come in.
That was weird.
Yeah, you didn't need to come in that because you're not blocked here.
I,
You're
I,
welcome
I
here.
don't necessarily think maybe somebody's coming in as a troll, but sometimes people will go in as another
Well,
name.
see, I didn't know. Not that that person was rude or anything. They were
Not at
very
all.
nice. But someone just messaged me and said, you know, that's Phil. And I said, did you know that's Phil? And I said, no, I didn't.
I don't know him, but that's okay.
He's a good guy.
Yeah,
He scares me sometimes, but
if he scares you sometimes and he comes in,
well, no, not
you know,
not like that. Don't get that the wrong way.
okay.
He's very stern when he
He
believes something.
he said hi that day and Laura couldn't see him. So he came in under his alt account.
Oh, I would never. I didn't block you because I checked my block list.
But you never said, why am I blocked? This is Phil, my alt account. I don't know.
He wasn't blocked. Open hand is a dick.
All right, I like him.
Yeah, we like him already.
He's kind of funny. That's funny.
Phil is kind of funny.
I kind of thought that's where he was going with that, but I wasn't sure.
No,
So.
Phil's okay. I like Phil. He probably doesn't like me, but
I redid my room.
What room?
My bedroom.
Oh, nice. What'd you do?
Yeah, I'll show you part of it.
Did he mention that? Because I didn't see that.
I didn't see it either, Cass.
Neither of us saw it. But anyways.
Ooh, I look terrible. Hi.
No, you look beautiful. Stop.
So, here's, although some of my lights aren't on. Hold on, let me turn my lights on first.
You're so sweet, sweet wheat.
Hi, sweet wheat. I always love sweet wheat.
Is it time to talk resolution?
Resolution to what?
I don't know. I'm not fighting with anybody at the moment.
There's no reason to really be fighting with anybody.
I'm just actually doing my own thing. That's a problem. That's a problem.
And I'm thinking of going live later.
You are?
Oh, yeah. There's open hand. Hi, Phil.
I agree with Phil.
What did Phil say?
I agree with Phil. Well, you would.
Yeah, I honestly, I didn't see it, Cass, and obviously Carla didn't either. Well, I'm glad it's cleared up. I'm glad you came in and cleared it up, Phil.
Yeah.
There you go.
I didn't know. Had someone not told me, that was because that person was being quite nice.
That's what I was going to say. If open hand's a dick, you were off your dick game that day because you were kind.
Yeah, you're very nice to Gemma. Very nice to Gemma.
Yes. Yes.
There's no reason not to be.
Vigilum's bad.
I know. She's like, I keep getting spam freaking calls and I'm getting sick of it.
That's my problem, and that's what I was saying. I'm getting spammed constantly.
Well, every 5 minutes, I get a spam call.
Put your phone on airplane mode when you go live, and
I never even thought about that.
What? Do what?
Put it on airplane mode when you go live on your phone, because then
remind me to take it off airplane mode because I will
and then
forget.
afterwards, just take it off airplane mode.
Good idea. You were so smart. Why can't I be smart like that?
Oh, stop it.
Stop it.
I'm an idiot.
No, stop that.
I love airplane mode.
No, we can say this, though. Yesterday,
oh, my God.
to do something.
Oh, my God.
We were both like so
Two boomers that are
both of
technologically
us.
challenged. Oh my
Well,
God, that was so funny.
that's what happens when you're a boomer and you don't know what the hell you're doing. I thought I had lost my StreamYard's account like forever. Could not find it.
You're not a
Horror.
you're not a boomer per se. I mean, people say that just this call somebody old, but because my mom and dad are boomers, so you're not a boomer, are you?
What do you mean by that, Vigilum? This latest shit is killing me. What does that mean? Oh, can you use internet in airplane mode? I think so.
I don't know.
Oh, that might be right. You might not be able to because
Well,
if
we'll
you put it
see
on
if I
airplane mode,
get.
you
I'm
can't use
sure there's a setting in there where you can put your
No,
calls on hold
it's
or whatever.
yeah.
I
It
can't
goes
touch
on.
it. I'm on my phone, so if I touch anything, I'm probably gonna boot myself.
Yeah, I have to take it off airplane mode because
That would be nice, Sue.
what? What'd she say?
Well, if this dollar sign would get out of the way, I could see all we are saying is give peace and something a chance.
I hate that dollar sign.
I know. I can't read the whole thing until someone else types and she moves up a spot. There she is. Peace and fun a chance. Yeah, fun.
Now I
Your
don't know.
soul has been tied up and pulled behind a truck. I wish you would come up so
Yeah, you can come up. It's pinned.
All
I'm
right,
not sure what you're talking
You're
about.
welcome.
you have
You're
to.
welcome.
My room is a bit of a mess itself, but I will show you.
Yeah, I want to see.
All right, I gotta turn everything on because I got all of these lights. They're battery. You have to charge them, but they're battery operated lights. And honestly, considering what our governor just did to us, it was probably the best move to get battery operated lights.
Really?
Yeah, our governor just raised our energy tax up by 20%.
Holy wow.
Uh-huh.
That's
Uh-huh.
a lot, especially for people that are on fixed incomes. That's
Like I had to tell my next door neighbor. She had no idea. I'm like, yeah,
wow.
it wasn't something that they were parading out there. All right,
Wow.
let's see. Put you in the corner because I got like all the decorations for Grace's.
I can't see. I can't see to take my phone off airplane mode.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Carla.
I can't take my phone
Hi,
off
Ginger.
airplane mode.
Okay, here we go.
Hi.
So this is my back wall.
Oh my God, that's gorgeous.
That's very long and
Pretty.
so
You
this
have
is
your own little
fun.
sanctuary. Look at that. Beautiful.
Got my little Eagles guys. Can you see him?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. And then I have this. There are the rose lights that I have to turn on here. And then I have this light back here.
I love the coloring. Very pretty. Ooh.
And then this is my wedding picture. Now,
Oh my gosh.
if you look close, it's a bunch of small little pictures throughout the day that
That is so amazing.
make
I
up
love it.
the picture of us. Yeah, it's great. And then, like I did, I made it like a little thing. My husband's like, "Do what you want."
Yeah,
So
it's definitely a mood and I love it.
I was a huge Snow White fan growing up. Still am. What they did to it, or what they tried to do to it, was
Mary, you sweet, sweet girl. I love her.
Hey, Mary. Did you see
I
what
love her.
Azare said? He said you have to turn the Wi-Fi back on manually
Yeah,
after
I
you
just
switch
figured
it.
it out. I just did it. I was like,
Airplane mode will block all calls.
add to stage. Okay, there you are.
airplane mode for boomers.
Ginger
Thank you,
Locks.
Azure.
Ginger Locks is there.
No, I hit myself out. Sorry about that.
Oh, okay.
All right. So,
Okay.
I love your room. Good job, honey.
all right. Let's see. Here we go.
I love her hair.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my Eagles picture with Saquon Barkley, who's my favorite all time now. Not all time, but he's my second favorite all time Eagle now. Like he's amazing. And then I have that down here, which is kind of like my Scentsy on the top. And then I have pictures of Jason. Can you see all that? I can't tell.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's small because I'm on my phone, but yes.
Yeah.
Jason is her husband, by the way. Not the Jason on
Jason
YouTube.
Callan?
It's not Jason Callan. It's her
Yeah,
husband
no,
that's named Jason.
Jason, my husband. Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to have an oil diffuser, but it broke. And then I have this on this wall.
So pretty. I love
And
the pink
this
colors
is-
on the wall too.
This is all a mess. And it's pink and purple. So the back of the room is purple. But
Okay,
Like
bye,
it.
Phil. You can come up if you want, but
that's
you got to go. You got to go. Say hello to Laura, please.
This is our wedding song, You're My Home by Billy Joel.
Aw.
And then this over here, which is like kind of what I hope my window would look like when we're retired, but I doubt it. And
What
this
is that picture of a water or
oh, it's
what is it looking out onto? I'm sorry, I can barely make it out because I'm on my phone.
it's a lake.
You and
It's
me both,
pretty.
girl. I want to be on the water so bad.
That's why it looks like a window. So I'm looking
Well,
outside.
you live not far from the beach.
All right. Well, yeah,
Azure back there?
I live
Tyler?
really close to the beach. I
Huh?
live close to New York City. I live close to Philadelphia, and I live close to the mountains. So,
Oh, I see. I'm sorry.
and then this is my last one, and I bought this when the Eagles won the Super Bowl for the second time. So, yeah, that's it.
Pontoon? Oh, you mean the seating in your pontoon house? Is that what you mean? I love the room, Ginger. You did a really, really good job.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
It needed to be changed.
A revamp.
And see, I've been watching politics, and it's just making me sick to my stomach all the time. So I'm just like,
Mhm.
you know what? I'm just gonna tap out for a while because it's too much.
I can't watch it.
Well, no, I have to watch it. I'm watching it because I'm looking out for and everybody else, but I'm worried about our kids. That's what I'm
That's
worried
the scary
about.
part, isn't it?
The future of them.
Hmm.
I believe we're going in the right direction, but there are directions that I'm like, I don't understand. But then again, there's a lot of things we're not supposed to understand.
But I think, I remember my parents having the same conversations back when I was a kid, that they were worried about our future, and look how much things changed from the 50s to the 60s. That was wild. Absolutely wild. How we went from
It's
good
almost
birds to
like
hippies.
now, mind you, I'm a hippie at heart. I totally am. But I'm not the type of hippie who goes out and protests and stuff like that. Like, no. But I believe our country is going in the right direction than it was before.
Do you remember where
Yeah.
those people protested at the White House and broke into the White House? Do you remember this was a couple of years ago?
I remember there
Mhm.
was a guy who got into the White
Well,
House.
my granddaughter works in a restaurant, and one of the owners of that restaurant was arrested for doing that, or for breaking into the White House. And she just got out of jail.
Forever.
What?
You try to break into the White House, you should be in jail forever.
Not her, a bunch of people.
Yeah. They
Well,
should be in jail.
she just got out of jail. She just got out of jail.
Good. That's where she needed to go. Because you break into the White House. I mean, look at
I
this.
never heard about that. I didn't even know that was going on.
I knew one person had gotten in. I didn't hear a bunch of people.
Well, she was with a bunch of people. They were protesting. And she was one of the ones that broke into the White House or
Oh, so she was a part of the group think.
yeah.
Yeah.
What the hell?
What are you doing?
I don't, God, I was trying to tell Cass that I was impressed with her skills and that she's able to do that. And I must have hit that stupid dollar sign. And
I hate that thing. How do you get rid of it? Does anybody know? It
exactly,
just
Cass.
The
blocks
dollar
out half
sign,
the words.
that's also, isn't that dollar sign there for people to contribute if they want to?
I don't think so. Because
I-
when you hit it,
Hi, baby.
it just does the StreamYard thing.
Yeah, so it just ignored my message and StreamYard gets free advertising. You're
And get
welcome.
$10 discount.
This video is sponsored by StreamYards.
Ah, no. Oh, it's kind of muggy out.
He doesn't talk politics, especially here. People
Yeah.
get aggressively angry. You're right. Yeah.
What? What's that?
She doesn't talk politics. I try to stay away from it.
I
because
feel the
people
same.
do.
On my channel, I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Well, I try to stay away from it. People are too,
Passionate about what they believe.
And for me, it's like you don't have to be there. But I'm talking when I talk politics. I try to kind of make it make sense because
but not everybody's going to have the same opinion. That's the thing.
it's
Not
really-
everybody's going to have your opinion. They're going to have different opinions, and people don't
See,
like that.
And that's the thing. It's not really a difference of opinion. It's a difference of whether you believe the news media, legacy media, or you don't. It's one or the other.
Well, I just stay away from that.
No, and I understand. And I'm not trying to bring it up on your channel, but like I
I
said,
try to stay away from it. It's too much.
right now, yes, I agree. It is.
There's too much going on, and I just don't want to get involved with talking about it. That and religion. Those are two topics I try to stay away from.
Agreed.
Well, I'm very open about being a Christian, so.
Well, I'm Catholic, so I mean, it's not.
I'm Catholic
Just
too,
don't.
but
I don't preach to people. I mean, it's
no,
just.
Isn't
no,
Catholic Christian though? It's Christian, right? Yeah.
it is, yes.
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
Catholic.
But a lot of shit happened in my Catholic school growing up that really made me be like, I don't know about the Catholic religion anymore. And I don't know if that shit's still happening or not. But that's why I left. Like, that's why I was not a part of it for a while. But now I find myself to be at least like a Christian. Am I Catholic? Yes, am I Catholic? But I'm more with Christian values. That's all.
I'm there's nothing wrong with it if anyone chooses to talk about any subject.
You choose not to, right?
It's
I don't talk
I've
about.
never seen it solve anything on YouTube ever.
Oh no, no. It's something that should be personal with you, yourself, and God.
Yeah.
So
It's
that's how I look at it. Ugh.
just like any belief that anyone feels strong about. I mean, some people feel a certain way about, let's just say, for instance, being a vegan. You can't, I mean, you can put out there how you feel about it, but you can't be angry if people don't feel the same way.
Correct. I mean, that's up to you if you want to be a vegan. I mean, you eat what you want to eat.
Yeah.
And same with anything else, you know, as long as you're not harming anybody else, then I'm fine with it. So as long as you don't push, like I don't push my beliefs on people.
Right.
I don't expect people to push their beliefs on me.
Right.
Now, if you go to a channel and that's what they're doing and that's their channel, that's their channel. You
Right.
know?
If it's obvious that their content is their passion for being a vegan or whatever it is, don't
Mhm.
expect to hear something you
Agree.
got to go in there and know exactly how they feel about a
No,
subject.
it's not. You're a liar. Stop it. Like when people come in and say stuff like that, like then you're just being in there to instigate.
Right. I'm sorry. I wasn't a dig. It was just what came to my mind as an example.
No, I get it. You're trying to go, okay, I don't want to take this religiously. I don't want to take this politically. How do I take it? Okay, a vegan. It's a belief. It's not necessarily religious belief or a political belief, but it's a belief.
Yeah. I think what, especially in this little corner of YouTube, we're all adults. We're able to think for ourselves, but some people, I've noticed throughout the years that I've been here is that some people think they need a person to control a community and give guidelines as to what's right and what's wrong. And I, I'm able to make those decisions for myself.
Right? Exactly. That's why I don't try to push. And so if I talk about politics on my channel, I'm not pushing it. I'm just looking for people who either see what I see, or if I can make someone go, let me check this out, and they check it out for themselves.
And I'm sure you're open as well. If someone brings something to your attention, it might, that you didn't think of it a certain way. You're open to considering something that you didn't before. I mean, I know, I
Oh yeah.
yeah, I think
How do
I
we
know
learn?
you to be a very reasonable person, Gingerlax.
How do we learn and grow? You know. So if we don't listen to other people, if we just shut people out and we don't listen to each other, and that's unfortunately what has
Right.
happened in this world,
Yeah.
is that one side just doesn't listen and doesn't want to. So it's, to me, I'm just like,
Or the lack of respect for a differing opinion.
correct.
That's what it all boils down to. Azure, I don't understand that whole situation. I haven't seen anything that you've done or said that warrants such a reaction. I don't get it.
What's going on? I'm sorry. I had to mute
It's
because I was
it's
at potty.
Carla and her
I wasn't going to make the
overactive
same
bladder.
mistake. Yeah. And I don't know how people can.
I literally thought you were going to say something else. So yeah,
No,
I mean,
I
going to
don't
the
know how people
bathroom, but I thought you were going to say poop.
stream for
Yeah.
5 and 6 hours and without taking a break. I can't do it.
You missed it, Gingerlocks. Carla, we were all on a panel and Carla had to tinkle and she didn't mute and it was very obvious what Carla was doing.
Yeah, it's on
It
Evelyn's channel.
was funny.
Why? Because she didn't mute.
I
She
didn't
didn't
mute.
mute.
And I was like, did you guys hear that? Because my bathroom room is right next to my bedroom. I didn't think about it. I didn't think about muting, but this time I did.
Oh, when I'm always on with Loopy Lisa, she's like, "Oh, I got to tinkle." And she'll have to do it like 5 or 6 times every time we talk.
Correct, Sue. And how dare you, Azare? How dare you, as an adult, think for yourself? Everyone pees. Yes, we do.
Why?
Oops.
Why? How dare him think for himself? Wait, I'm missing a lot
Read the.
here.
It's in the chat. I asked him why Scott has. Oh my gosh, that's so cute, Jenny. Why Scott has such an issue with him, and he said it was because he dared to think for himself. A cardinal sin.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing, Cass. And I think the root of all of the tension and conflict is if people would just have an adult conversation and be willing to or want to know the truth, none of this would be happening. But when you hear something from someone, especially someone that is having issues with that said person, you're going to get one side of it, one perspective. And it's really not fair to form an opinion about someone if you don't get the other person's perspective. And really, it's nobody's business, to judge what someone motives are or make assumptions about their actions or behavior or any of that. I've had to learn that myself. You know, I've
I've
again,
everything that I have learned in the past 4 years, I've learned on my own. You know,
yeah. I mean, unfortunately, Gingerlocks, you didn't do the bullshit that I did, you know. Um, but all I can do is learn from it and not do it again, you know? And
see,
I mean, but then again, in this kind of place, people weaponize it and try
people
and,
weaponize anything you say and to twist words to start something to
Well,
create.
Scott could have talked to me instead of yelling at me when he came up on my panel, and that's what bothered me.
You
That's why I blocked him.
well,
He couldn't talk to
it
me.
could show you the motivation behind it all too. If someone's not willing to have a conversation with you and just want to think like they're thinking, then, I mean, what are you supposed to do? And
No,
Azare said he had a conversation in private with Scott, and then after that, he kept poking and throwing shade. I just don't get it. I mean, for someone, I've heard him out of his own mouth, like, I don't do drama. I don't like drama. But that's all drama.
yeah.
I mean, here it is. Like I've kind of been out of the drama community, but I'm kind of looking to just come back to hang out with the people.
Yeah,
That's
I
you
think
know,
that's what a lot of people want. And yes, we're talking about stuff right now, but I think there's a way that you can talk about things without being cruel and
correct,
mean.
correct,
And
absolutely, and you don't have to bring up everybody's name. And that's like
exactly.
people do not like their names coming out of other people's mouths,
Well,
especially.
well, then don't make a channel on someone if you don't want your name to come out.
Mm,
You didn't want to know why or what happened or why I said what I said. So you make a video about it, then I have a right to talk about it. You didn't
exactly.
want to know.
We all have the right. We all have the right to free speech, although not on here.
I don't think so.
Oh, it
No,
hasn't.
no one gets to tell you what you're allowed to do and not do. I mean, we're adults. We can make our own decisions. No one gets to make those those rules for anybody. You know, if you feel like you need to clear something up or stand up for yourself, you have every right to do that. Every right. And anything that I say from now on is not to start drama or keep anything going. When the things that I have said are things that I've heard that are incorrect, and I want to set the record straight for myself and anyone else that cares to know it from my perspective or what I know to be the truth. I mean, it is my life after all. I think I know better than anyone what happens and what doesn't happen.
He came up on my panel and yelled at me.
Who
I think
was
Scott Black.
No, no, it's okay. Never mind. Retract, retract. I'm not going to say it. He'll find out for himself, I suppose.
it this way?
Well, I didn't appreciate, let's say, I didn't appreciate him coming on my channel and doing that. And then right after that, he posted a video. So, you know,
In true drama fashion.
you don't
Yeah.
want to talk to me. You don't want to find out why I said what I said. So,
But this is the but that if you've ever watched this drama shit, you know, someone goes up on somebody's channel, starts screaming at them, and then they go on their channel, and then they make a video, and then they put it out because it's going to cause more drama, more stir, more people to their channel.
Right.
That's
And
all.
what he was yelling at her for, I had known that Carla was up very late and on a panel. What I didn't know as well is that Carla thought it might be a good idea to take a sleeping pill, not fall asleep, and go on a panel.
that was stupid.
Yeah.
And open
Yeah.
my big mouth. So, my
Wait
spaghetti
a minute.
sucker.
You took a sleeping pill and went on a panel?
I took 2 sleeping pills and then went on a panel.
And
What?
so
That was stupid. I know. Don't worry. I know.
I can remember when I was once on Marcia White show.
You came on my panel one time, Ginger, and you were talking. It was like you were having a dream or something. And I think you had just smoked some wacky tobacco or something. But you kept saying this stuff, and I couldn't understand what she was talking about. And I'm like, what? She was kind of mumbling. And then the next day I asked her what she was talking about. She goes, oh, I was a little bit stoned. A little bit. You were a lot stoned.
all I can say about that, Azare, is your beautiful wife has good instinct.
I've always liked Dari. I think she's beautiful inside and out. And
Yeah.
you know, and that's all I've got to say about it. And to treat her
You send
poorly.
these people's names because I don't have any of these people. I don't know these people.
Well, yeah, I was going into Scott's before even you, Behaven,
For Scott Black.
Yeah.
Scott Black, and I didn't have a problem because I had people blocked that I didn't see. Did they talk about me? I don't know because I couldn't see them. And anyways, it is what it is. But you know, if Dari wants to do what she wants to do, she's got a right to do it.
And why not respect that how that person feels? I mean, why do you gotta just like um go live and talk about it and or be so butthurt about it? It was weird to me.
Yeah, because I think Dari had said she wanted to part ways amicably. And he kind of scoffed at that. And I'm thinking to myself, because I listened to his live, and he kind of scoffed at her saying that she wanted to part ways amicably.
Well, I can tell you this from my own personal experience. When you surround yourself with negativity, you become what you live. That's exactly what I was doing. It was never anything of value. It was nothing but shit talking people all day long. And I don't know if he can't. I'm okay. I'm just going to leave it at that. You are what you live. Period. I don't understand it. I don't, I mean, I think Dari's behavior here speaks volumes. She's not caused problems for anybody. And if she feels like she's in an environment that's not good for her, it's her choice to leave it. And the backlash that she got for it is unwarranted, absolutely unwarranted.
Azure, I thought Azure was very respectful too. He 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 wasn't disrespectful.
How does Scott even know about your life? What does he know about your life? I'm sure you're not running around sharing the details of your life. Makes no sense. I mean, trust me, I know better than anyone that someone can say there's something that they're not, or they live a way that they don't really live. I know that. Um, I don't understand it, but you can be anything you want to be on the internet.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, I've known Ginger for, what did you say, since 2017. I know who she is. She's never done anything to me. She's respected me. Um, Jen is the same. She's such a sweetheart.
I know.
I
And
love her so much.
and why punch down because you live in a third world country? I mean, have some compassion. I mean, it's so easy for us living in America where we have so many rights um and and although there are many Americans that struggle and don't have what they need to have, most of us do. And I don't understand that mentality at all, Azare. And I'm sorry for that. It's terrible.
Well, I would never look down on someone. Even here. I mean, not everybody, has food on their table.
There's a lot of people that struggle here, a lot. And that's why when food prices started going off the chart, every time I would go to the grocery store, it would make me feel so bad. I like for a single mother struggling already to put food on the table for their kids. And now it's even worse. I mean, the money has to be taken away from something else. And what is that something else? It's bad.
See, some of the food prices here have come down.
Yes, they are coming down here as well as gas prices, thank goodness.
Oh my
But
God, eggs! Finally, we have normal eggs.
yes,
Our eggs are really expensive here.
well, I'm lucky because my niece who lives, 10 minutes away from me, have chickens and I get all the free eggs I want.
Yes, my stepdaughter has chickens
Well,
too.
Yeah.
the egg prices here have, since what they were like almost at $10 here at one point.
Oh, thank you.
They
Very expensive.
finally came down. They finally came down. I think they're at four something now.
Well, do you remember going in the store and seeing bare shelves? Because there was nothing,
Oh, during
nothing on the
COVID?
shelves. Yes,
Oh, that was
it
so
was
weird.
pretty.
That was frightening.
I've never seen Walmart so bare. The
I
shelves were
know.
bare. I've
I'll
never
never
seen that
forget that
before.
day. I'll never forget that day. It was shocking to me. And I remember after I left Walmart, I was just so freaked out by it.
Yeah, because I'd never seen that. I'd never seen
Yeah.
Walmart
Like,
Like,
what was with the
there.
toilet paper? What was that?
What?
What was that all about? The toilet paper.
Oh,
Like,
I
everyone's
know.
like, toilet paper shortage. And I'm like, I honestly feel like someone's like, all right, we need some money. Let's give some money to the toilet paper company. We'll make this up that things are running and people will scramble to
People
get
were fighting over toilet paper.
Yes, they were. I remember they were rationing it out. When they did get toilet paper, you could only get one pack. Just one. I was like, oh my goodness. Toilet paper of all things.
Yeah, and people were fighting over it.
like, for me, I feel like that was man-made.
Mm-hmm.
I really do. Because that was nothing but hearsay, because that's what everybody was hearing. So people automatically assumed. So then people started going out buying toilet paper as if there will never be toilet paper ever be sold.
I know. I mean, people aren't needing toilet paper any more than they did before COVID. So
Exactly.
another thing was hand sanitizer. Oh gosh, couldn't find
Oh
that
my
anywhere.
God, I know. That
Yeah, they were making it from like the alcohol. They were getting it from like beer makers and stuff like
Oh
that.
yeah.
Oh, it would smell so bad.
Or
Oh,
Lysol or any of that kind of stuff.
oh yeah.
I'm
No,
glad those days are over, that's for sure. And I hope
yeah,
nothing like
not like
that ever happens again in my
mhm.
lifetime. Oh, that was scary. I mean, even like, my granddaughter started kindergarten during COVID, and all those little kids had to wear masks all day long. And I remember when she said, when they could take off their masks finally, she's like, I got to see everyone's real face. Like, never even thought about how weird that would be, you know?
Yeah.
Well, did you ever think there was going to be something like COVID,
Oh no.
a
Oh
pandemic?
no.
I
I mean,
never
I
thought.
know that the world has experienced pandemics before,
There,
but until you go through it yourself, you have no clue how scary it can be.
there's a TED Talk, right? And it's Bill Gates. And Bill Gates basically stating that the next thing was going to be a pandemic and what to
How could
do.
he predict that though? And why?
That was five to 7 years before COVID.
That's so weird. Well,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there's so much that went on that we, you know, will never know, you
Uh-huh.
know.
Uh-huh. Exactly.
Which is another very scary thought.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't have the same problem. That's good, Cass. I remember when I was in Walmart when all the shelves were empty and everyone was in the soup aisle, because you can shelf that stuff for a long period of time. And
Mm-hmm.
the husband and wife were fighting over what kind of soup. And he's like, if I'm going to die, I want the soup I want. I was like, oh my God, what the hell is happening?
Die.
And then when I was driving home, I was just so caught up in my own thoughts. I ran a stop sign and right behind me was a cop and I'm like, oh my God. So I pull over immediately and then he just passes me and I'm like, well, I got lucky there, but that was weird. I don't know why he didn't stop me.
He's probably like
May she rest in peace,
crazy.
Cass.
Go.
Remember Marsha Whiteshirt?
Oh, what?
She passed away
Yeah, she did.
Oh, when?
quite a while ago, wasn't it?
Oh my God, I didn't
Yeah,
know
she
that.
passed away. May she rest in peace.
Oh, absolutely. Oh my God, that just gave me chills.
Yeah, she was sick. She was
Oh yeah.
very sick. But yeah, she passed away.
Oh, Oh, well, yeah, I know that she had some major health issues, but
Hmm.
wow, wow. It's always heartbreaking when someone that's been around for a very long time passes away. I think the worst was Sarah. That just broke my heart.
Serendipity.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
was
because that was really avoidable. You know,
Well, I mean, and it was obvious that she was not in a good place.
she was struggling,
Yeah, she was struggling. Oh my God. That was just
but
so
she was so
heartbreaking.
young. You
Yep.
know, she was so young.
Oh gosh, I'm so sad to hear that.
I
Yeah.
liked her too. I liked Sarah a lot.
Yes,
I loved Marcia. Marcia and I would talk on the phone. So
those
Yeah.
were some fun times back then, weren't they?
Marcia used to do like um things for people. Like she prayed for my son when he was going through, his addiction and stuff. And she used to have a list of people that she would
Yes.
pray for. She
And
was
once a week she would put it out.
hmm
She would keep
she
it
was
updated and put
yeah,
it
she
out.
was
Very
very,
sweet.
very kind. You would have to just like leave a note for her and she would pray for whoever, you know.
Mm,
Yeah, I didn't know.
no,
You didn't know she passed away.
no, it must have happened when I was on my break.
It How long ago was it, Ginger? It was quite a while ago, wasn't it?
I would say it was like a year ago.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
was
what I
definitely
figured.
gone then. Oh,
Yeah.
that's really sad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've lost a lot of people around
I
here.
hope her husband's doing well. I can't imagine losing a spouse. Ugh, don't even want to think about that,
Yeah, me too.
Just don't even go there.
you know.
Oh, no, my husband was so good when I was going through all that, all those health issues. He stayed, I mean, as long as he could, he stayed with me in the hospital. He helped me, he, um, I I used to be so dependent on him. I did not want him to leave. But when I was in intensive care, they only let you a certain time and then you have to go for a couple hours and then you can come back. It was so weird the rules they had in the hospital. He couldn't stay all day.
No, intensive. That's
Well,
why.
that when you're in ICU, they
Yeah,
they are much more strict.
they were very strict. But
Well, that's your husband living up to his vows, right? In sickness
yeah,
and in health.
yeah.
What it's all about, you know?
My oldest daughter is graduating.
You're kidding.
Congratulations.
She's going to
Oh my
college.
Pretty.
gosh, Ginger, it's like we've watched your kids turn into adults.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah, great. Grace is. She'll be 19 in January.
Oh my gosh.
I remember the first time you were on camera with them. They were just so young.
Beautiful girls.
Yes, they are.
Honey.
They look like their mother,
Yes, they do.
both of
See if I
them.
can find a picture of Grace.
Yeah,
Um,
I can't imagine losing my husband. Would I,
No, Johnny and I, I mean, not that we talk about this often, but it's like I don't want to know a day without him in my life, but I also wouldn't want to I wouldn't want I just do so much for him that I would be worried that he wouldn't take care of himself right if I wasn't here.
she's so pretty.
Oh, is she showing?
Yeah, she's showing a picture.
Ah, oh my.
He
Yes.
looks like Ginger. Ginger looks
Yeah.
well,
yeah,
more
See
when you
you.
had long hair.
Yeah, Azrae, I agree. I agree.
do you see that picture?
Let me see.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's hysterical.
Yeah, these are all from her play.
I was
Oh,
going to say, what is that, Bonnie and
beautiful.
Clyde?
Yeah, these are all from her play. I get the one guy there who works there. He's like he basically runs security of the school. He's also the school photographer for all of the schools, and he takes all these pictures. So
That's
we
cool.
buy them, yeah. So
Neat.
you get these really awesome photographs, not just on your phone. You know what I mean?
Right.
Is she still living at home?
She is for now.
Aren't you
Going to
worried
college.
about when they move out, Ginger?
I'm actually not worried about where she's going. I really feel like I'm putting
Oh,
her
that's good.
she's going to a really small college. So she'll have a very there's tons of people who are constantly watching the kids.
That's good.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're going to send them away, you want them to be in a
And
safe environment.
she's only an hour and a half away.
It's
Oh, that's not
crazy
too
how
bad.
you literally, and it feels like a blink of an eye, and they're
Mm-hmm.
all grown up. You know,
Mm-hmm.
happens so fast.
Way too fast.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm eating a chip.
That's okay. Well, I hope you do a video showing your makeover bedroom so that I can see it properly.
Oh yes, as soon as I can get everything done in here and get everything out of the way, that's the biggest problem. And
When
just got the bed,
I just
so
wanted to ask Azure, when does he do his podcast? Because I want to listen to that.
He's very talented.
You see the drawings? I think he draws those. I'm not
Oh,
positive,
really?
but I
I don't know
think
who
that's
Azure
him.
is. Who's
What's
Azure?
that?
Who is
Dari D's husband.
who is Azure?
He's in the chat.
Well, yeah, no. You guys know.
He, do you know Dari D?
No, I don't.
Yeah, she's been around for quite some time, and
Yeah, I do.
um,
I do know the name.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
Well,
and
she's married to Azure,
yes, and she moved from America to
South Africa.
yeah, and they got married.
South Africa.
Oh,
Cool.
okay, Azure. I joined your Patreon, so it was a
I'm sure
whole
you'll get updates in the
yeah.
Patreon.
I don't know how to do that. I don't know if I did it right because I am computer stupid. So
Would you
no,
call it
I tried.
horrible
I
names?
clicked the thing where it said join Patreon, and it was a whole $1.
You could just say I'm computer illiterate. That's it.
No, I'm computer stupid. That's what I
He
said.
does draw
Oh, if you
the
could have seen me and behaving the other day, you would have laughed. I thought
it's
I lost my
pretty
StreamYard.
funny. It's pretty funny.
Yeah. I thought I lost my StreamYards. I kept saying, I can't find my StreamYards. And she goes, well, I can't fix it. I said, oh, no.
It was funny but
Oh,
scary.
he draws cartoons.
Yes.
Cartoons. Yeah. That's pretty.
Well, you're a multi-talented person. Not to mention, I think you're a very deep thinker. I think Dari is too. I like that.
Well, I joined. I just wanted to join. I have, believe me, I have supported a lot of people on here.
He said his podcast is free now,
It is free,
and the archive shows are behind a paywall. Yeah.
but it's all $1. like, you know. But I would like to hear it, you know.
And you know what's the other cool thing about the internet is that you can interact with people from all over the world
I love
and
that.
learn things that you never knew. But at the same time, no matter where we are in the world, we all
Connect.
need the same basic things. And I think, especially in a world like this, we all just want to be heard and understood, and I I don't know why that's a hard concept for people,
I
but
think YouTube is especially hard to um, connect sometimes to people because there's clicky clicks on here. And if you don't belong in one of the clicks and you go
well,
the grain, you are shamed.
I got out of high school a long time ago. I don't
I know,
have
but it's
any
true.
intention of
But
being
isn't it
arrogant.
true though?
It
There's
is
clicks
true.
on here. I mean, if you don't
I
belong
think
to
it's
one
just
of the
human
clicks,
nature.
What?
who was that?
Someone looking for mom.
Hold on.
There's
Who's
a
here?
couple
Who's here?
hundred.
Hi, Dylan. I'll be down in a minute. I'm on the phone.
You're
That's so ridiculous, Azare, that like we formed some sort of alliance.
well, no. Can you not make friends on here without
Well,
being
it's not. I mean,
I'm not in a clique.
it's so stupid. Neither you or I have ever had a conversation with Azare or Dari behind the scenes ever. No one's plotting and planning shit. I go to a public live stream or video that anybody can see. There's nothing going on here. Nothing. And I mean, I connect with some of um, what they talk about because I've been in the same situation. There's no alliance. There's no click.
Yeah,
There's
but so
no,
what if you make friends with someone? Is that so horrible?
well, I think people take it personally if they feel a certain way about someone or if they feel like something's happened to them, then you're not being objective. You're seeing it only from your point of view.
I
That's
know,
when you get
Ash.
in trouble.
You do say what you want. She's funny.
Well, I've learned that that's not always the best thing. Well, for me personally, I've learned to really filter what I say through my fingers and through my mouth, you know. Exactly, Azare. That's all it is, you know. But
No,
I
I'm
can't
not
control what
scared.
people think.
Ash, I'm not scared to say what I think. I don't want to be misunderstood. That's all. And I am quite often.
Hi,
Um,
Ash.
I know, instead of misbehaving, I should have been misunderstood.
yeah. Maybe you should change your name to
Yeah,
misunderstood.
I think I'll change it to Behaving 2.0.
There you go.
I've learned enough. Here's the new version, get over it.
Well, people on YouTube don't seem to forget or forgive. So
Well, that's on them, I mean,
I know.
it doesn't, you're not going to affect my day to day life. I get it. You know, I was once in a situation where I was all wrapped up in that shit. And I know how I felt then versus how I feel now. I'm, I will never, I never want to be in that headspace again. It was a horrible, terrible place to be and not truly who I am, but I learned a lot from it. I sure did.
I'll make friends with who I want to.
Exactly.
I would consider it an honor to be Azure and Derry's friend.
Yeah.
I would, because I like them. I like what they stand for, and I like that they're good people.
Well, you can tell by the way that they react to situations.
Yeah, that they're
You know, it's they speak their minds without being cruel, and we all have the ability to do that. Some people just choose to do it a different way, which, that's your choice, but don't expect anyone, people that don't want to be wrapped up in all that negativity to feel or see it from your perspective. I just can't. I can't.
I can't either.
Or when you twist, I think the thing is, and the root of the problem is, you're twisting the fact and reality and making blame shifting, blame shifting instead of instead of respecting someone's opinion, you want to make it something that's not. That ain't right. That's not right.
Yeah, but that's how it works here.
Yeah. Hope you're doing good, Ash.
Ash, you can come up if you want.
She's probably.
Is it as hot where you are, Ash? Because it's hot as hell
It's
here.
humid here. Ooh,
But it's not humid
really
here, is it?
humid.
It's just
Oh,
hot.
it's humid.
I'm a little bit more north than Ash is, so it might not be as hot where she is.
Yes, you can, sweet wheat. You can always be on both sides. I would never ask some.
See,
There's
and that's the thing too. I mean, gosh, it, that's what talking about high school, and I don't know, like we all need to just have a little bit more tolerance, be a little bit more kind and understanding, myself included. I am trying. I'm really trying.
Hi, Gypsy.
what am I doing here? Okay,
Ah,
which one's the real you? Oh, okay, there. She did it.
What?
Because she was down again.
Oh,
You
no,
don't get
know
to know
where
much
you are?
about
Oh.
Africa. You don't either, do you, Behaven?
Well, not in my immediate area, but that's what's so great about California is, you have the desert, the ocean, the mountains. I mean, and literally, I can get to any of them. It doesn't take me long at all to get to any of them. Like the mountain, what is it like? Maybe a 2-hour drive, you know, and then the ocean's the opposite direction. I mean, I'm closer to that, so yeah. I
Right.
like the versatility of California. And I have to say, there are some of the world's most beautiful beaches here.
My husband had his way. We'd live in Alaska. He
Oh,
loved the cold.
why
No,
Alaska?
I don't ask him. I don't know.
I mean, it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
He would just love it there.
You like that too, Johnny? Yeah. Oh, well, you and Carla's husband can go move to.
Yeah, go. I'll move to California.
Yeah. We'll visit you once a week, okay?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
No,
is
my
that too
my
much?
husband. That's all he ever says. If I had my way, I'd move. I said, well, I'll never move to Alaska ever. So
Yeah,
you'd be
can't
moving on your own.
creative environment.
No, my luck, I'd get eaten by a polar bear or something.
Oh my gosh, John, why did you say that? He says, I don't like people, and there's not a lot of people there, so
He said, what?
he doesn't like people, and there's not a lot of people in Alaska.
Hey, you don't like me?
He loves you, Carla. He's being a smart ass. He said maybe 3 people. He likes 3 people.
Well, I like ginger locks. I like Gemma. I love dairy. I like Ash. I like Well, I like Azure. I like. There's Sweet Wheat. I like.
Oh, she's
She's
I mean, she
she's
truly is a sweetie. Listen, I don't hate anyone here. I may hate what you do or what you've done, but I don't hate anyone here.
no.
I think if people would just knock it off, there wouldn't be the problems that there are here, you know? And yes, in my past I contributed to a lot of fuckery but I also know how good it feels not to be involved in all of that stuff. I don't I mean I say to myself all the time, what the hell were you thinking? Like that is not you. What the hell were you thinking? But sometimes life situations and some hard balls that life throws at you and you get down and lower your standards, you can get caught up in shit. And I think that's what happened with me. But I never want to feel that way again and be
Mm-mm.
surrounded with that negativity. Mm-mm.
Right.
Sorry,
Toxic.
I went down to talk.
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
I went down to talk to the kids.
Oh, who was yelling?
But my daughter,
Oh, which one?
Grace,
Oh, we
my
could hear
God,
loud and clear.
because she is so loud. She's always loud. Ugh, I love her to pieces, but she drives me batty.
She wants to be heard. Nothing
Oh,
wrong with that.
oh. You know,
Ginger.
she takes over. There's a difference. There's a difference.
Did you
Isn't it?
hear Anne Burrell passed away?
Who?
One of
Yes.
the worst cooks of America. That show on Food
Did they
Network.
say from what?
They haven't said from what. But
Got
he was only 55.
the
That's
55
bald
years
just
old.
shocking. Maybe she ate too much greasy food and had high cholesterol. I don't know.
Maybe she ate one of the dishes from the worst cooks of
Oh,
America.
wait, it's a she.
Yeah, Amberelle.
Anne Burrell.
She's the woman with the short blonde hair,
Spiky hair.
very sassy.
Huh. No, I don't know. I don't know.
Probably if you saw what she looked like, you
Mhm.
would
You
know
would
who
know
she.
instantly.
You
She
would
did a lot of
probably know
shows.
who she is.
Yeah, on the Food Network. She did a
Yeah,
lot of different
she
shows.
was always on the Food Network. Well, girls, I think I'm going to shut down.
It was nice chatting with you again, Gingerlocks.
Oh yeah, I'm around, so I'm back.
And I love your
Good.
makeover, and I hope you do a video because I'd love to see it better.
Yeah, no, I because my bed's a mess because I haven't made
Yeah,
that.
Okay,
whenever you get
Ash.
time.
That's
But
fine.
Carla, I'm glad that we didn't lose your StreamYards forever.
Oh my gosh, I was um thank you, Azre. Yeah, I was really worried about that. I kept ending up in yours and I'm like,
Yeah.
what have we done? And she said, no, I don't know how to fix this. I'm like, oh my God, I don't know how to fix it either.
And thank you to everyone in chat. Nice
Yes,
interaction
I
with you.
very appreciate you guys coming in and hopefully,
Also, Phil for clearing up open hand. Thank you.
yeah, good for Phil. So,
All right, Carla. Love
all
you
right.
guys.
It's,
Yeah, love you all. You guys take care. Say
oh,
hello to Dari for us or goodbye to
Yeah.
Dari for
Yeah.
us.
yes, and I will sub up Azuri.
Yeah, Azare's pretty cool guy.
Yes, he is cool.
He can put his channel link in the chat if you want.
Well, and
I
if
can.
anyone gets this watch it
Yeah,
after
I think
it.
Dari
Yeah,
posted his
Dari posted a bunch
Dari
of
posted
links.
his link.
Yeah.
So
To channel and podcast and all that.
yeah,
All
and
right.
Ash, God
Dory
bless
has a
you
channel
too,
too.
sweetheart.
You too, Cass. Bye,
Okay, guys.
everyone.
You guys have a great afternoon. Love you all.
Love you all.
Bye.
Bye. Have a great day.